Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It's a wonderful day in the city of St. Louis, this great city in the Midwest. Many of you are with us from across the globe, but nevertheless, it's a great day. No matter what your location might be, it's a great day. Good morning, Miss Patsy. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You all come on in and we're going to get this party started, so to speak. It is a party because every day we wake up in the morning, we need to celebrate the Lord. If nothing else, celebrate God because he is faithful. Yes, he is. Blink Nation, good morning. Brave, let me get that right. Well, let me just say, Brave, good morning to you. I apologize. I can't see the small writing, but nevertheless, it's a great day. Facebook is coming in. Let me get my chat going here. And there we go. D Green is with us on Facebook. At any rate, we'll give you all a second or two to come in. We're going to get started here. It's a great day. It's a wonderful day. Good morning, Gerald. Excuse me. We had a phenomenal service yesterday. Just the hand of the Lord was in the house. Good morning, Linda. We're grateful to God always. You know, hey, I tell people always, real talk, man. Listen, if you want to know somebody's going to keep 100, you talking to me. I don't know how to be fake. I haven't learned that. I didn't when I was in the world, when I was doing street stuff in the world. Fake was not a part of my pedigree. So I am not going to be in the kingdom and be fake. Good morning, Nicole Thomas. Got to be real, man. That's why we call it real talk. We need real folk that are authentically transparent, that are honest, and have integrity, and ultimately are depending on the Lord. Never saying you're perfect. None of us are perfect. But we need to be real, be authentic. We can't help folk and you know, not be honest and authentic. I've had individuals in my circle who have committed suicide. Good brothers that I knew, endearing and kept stuff bottled up and committed suicide. Man, that's real talk. Now that's not me, obviously, but the fact of the matter is, we got to be real, got to be authentic, and so I am that guy. If you can't handle realness, I'm not the man to be following, but I'm going to be real because I just think it's the right place to be. Good morning again, everybody. Let's get started. I am excited this morning to share with you a lesson, a thought, a perspective. I think it's essential as it relates to your purpose and destiny, and that is get out of the box. I'm sorry, the boat. Get out of the boat. That's another teaching. Get out of the boat. Hello, you all. Get out of the boat. It's a metaphor. It's a place of encapsulation. It's a place of bondage. It's a place of procrastination. I'm going to give you a text. We're going to get to the lesson. In Matthew 14, verses 25 through 30, it's a great biblical narrative. Again, Jesus comes to the disciples about 3 a.m. in the morning on the boat. He's the one that told them to get on the boat and go, go about their business, so to speak. He gave the command. But look what happened. Now, in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went to them walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It is a ghost." And they cried out with fear. They on the boat. They in the boat. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Behold, be of good cheer. It is I. Do not be afraid." And Peter answered and said, "Lord, if it is you," if it is you, he was doubting. If suggests there's some doubt here. Okay, it says, if it's you. It said, if it is you, you command me to come down on the water. So Jesus said, come. It's a command, come. All right. And when Peter had come down out of the boat, this is the New King James Version, of course, he walked on the water to Jesus, you all. Hear this. When he saw that the wind was boisterous is the word, he was afraid. And beginning to sink, he cried out, saying, "Lord, save me." So the boat, what is the boat? What's in the boat? First, you in the boat. Let's start there. But also in the boat. Remember now, there were 12 disciples. There were 12 on the boat. 12 on the boat, in the boat, but only Peter this bold fella, this cusser, this betrayer of Jesus. My God, God can use anybody. He said, if it's you, Lord, bid me to come. So let me get very quick, and I'm going to talk about this week. So get out of the boat. What? Get out of number one, or the first thought is fear of failure. Fear of failure. Fear of failure is the object of our fear and an obstacle to our success. Let me say it again. Fear is the object, the focus of our fear. All right. And an obstacle to our success. So getting out of the boat suggests that I'm going to get out of this fear of failure. You won't know until you try. And what you discover in failure, you will know now what not to do. My God. So there are benefits to failing. The fear of rejection. That's in the boat, y'all. You got to get out of the boat. In this instance, the fear of rejection. This is defined as people who have a fear of rejection and are afraid of not being liked, being abandoned, not fitting in, or being alone. People who fear rejection may struggle with low self-esteem, lack of confidence, shame, or guilt, and spend a lot of time and energy worrying about what others think about them. Boy, that's a word right there. That's the fear of rejection, is that you are concerned about being abandoned. You might not fit in. You might have to be alone. You struggle with low self-esteem. You lack confidence, shame, guilt, or you spend a lot of time and energy, because where there's time, there's energy. Worrying about what others think about them. That's in the boat. Get out of the boat. All right. Here's the other one. Listen, leave the ordinary and chase the extraordinary. So in the boat, there were obviously 12 individuals that were ordinary people in the boat. But Peter decided to leave the ordinary and extract the extraordinary. Hello, somebody. He said, you know what, Lord? If it's you, bid me to come. I'm willing to take this risk and walk on water. The ordinary is staying in the boat, but the extraordinary are risk takers, and they will risk this walking in the supernatural, where God suspends the laws of nature and allows, in this instance, Peter, who is a professional fisherman, to walk on water. That's what God can do. God can suspend the laws of nature. He can suspend the laws of logical conclusions. And he can open doors, and he can create pathways that you'll never experience in the ordinary. Can I go a little deeper? This is powerful here. Stop training your brain to accept distractions. Hello, somebody. I'm gonna hurry up here. But I thought about this. I said, man, you know what? Your brain is a muscle, and we're training our brains with culture, with education. I listened to Maya Angelou this morning, and she was talking about she was molested, I think 7.5 years old. And so she said, so her reasoning in terms of what had happened, the trauma, she took on the reasoning of a 7.5-year-old girl. And so for 5 years, she didn't say a word. For 5 years, she shut down. But she said during the 5 years of that moment of emotional trauma, she read books about Black history. She read books about white people. She read, just philosophers. She says 5 years she read in that state of a 7-year-old being traumatized by molestation. But what happened? She had to train her brain. And when she came out of that place, she was phenomenal. Maya Angelou, you all. So stop training your brain to accept distractions, whether it's a person, a place, or a thing. Distraction, all right? Stop wasting your time. This is the boat. Get out the boat. Get out the boat. Get out the boat. Stop wasting your time with people that waste your time. That waste your time. My God. People that waste your time, waste your time. And at some point, you assess and evaluate and conclude that there is no value to this person or persons being in my life. Why? Because they're wasting my time. They're wasting my time. Whether friend, family, foe, relative, father, mother, brother, sister, spouse, co-worker, prayer partner, hello somebody, business partner, wasting time. Time is a precious commodity, you all. And once you lose it, you don't get it back. So stop wasting your time with people that waste your time. All right? Life is too short. Lastly, and I'll close with this one. Get out of the boat, or the spirit of condemnation. That's in the boat. The spirit of condemnation is in the boat. So what is the meaning of condemnation in the Bible? Listen to this. One of the devil's biggest weapons is his bag. In his bag of dirty tricks is condemnation. To condemn means to pronounce to be guilty, to sentence to punishment, or to pass judgment against. So, and again, spirit of condemnation, self-condemnation is a good perspective. In other words, the writer says that this is one of Satan's biggest weapons. Because if he can, let's say this, if he can convince you to condemn yourself, to condemn you, in other words, you punish or you pronounce yourself to be guilty. That's a word, man. Or you sentence yourself to punishment, or you pass judgment on yourself in the boat, where you write yourself off to suggest that God can't use you because you messed up, because you did wrong, because you said the wrong thing. You acted out of character. You violated your marital vows. Hello, somebody. You did something ungodly in the boat. Guess what? You got to get out of the boat self or the spirit of condemnation. There's a woman who was caught in the act of adultery, and she was caught in the act of adultery. You know the story. It's an old story. It's old, but it's fresh. And she come to Jesus. They bring her to Jesus, the religious people. They brought her to Jesus. And, what do you say, Lord? And Jesus says, let him without sin cast the first stone. Look what Jesus said to the woman. He said, when Jesus had raised himself up and saw, but no one but the woman, he said to her, woman, where are those accusers of yours? Where are they? Where are the people that have accused you of the crime that you know you committed? He never said to the woman, I don't believe it. I'm going to take your side. No, he didn't deal with that. He dealt with the Pharisees' response to her situation, because he knew in the vortex, in the context, in the spirit of those religious people, there were those who they themselves had sinned. So while y'all judging her, let me ask you something. Have you sinned lately? And the Bible says, and he says to her, he says, has no one condemned you? She says, no one, Lord. In other words, why are you condemning yourself if God has set you free and he has released you from the boat or the spirit of condemnation? Why would you keep condemning yourself, trying to measure up to people's perspective, opinion of you? And quite frankly, my dear, they don't have the wherewithal to determine your destiny. Because in some people's eyes, you'll always be as you have been. But in the eyes of God, you should be what he has called you to be. Get out of the boat. We're going to deal with this week, because some of y'all been in the boat too long. Too long. Real talk. It's time to get out of that boat. All right, gotta go. Gotta get to the feeding program, y'all. Now, listen, we're kicking off the feeding program for the youth today. Breakfast at 9 o'clock and lunch at 12. It's free. Of course, at Believers Temple at I think Rehoboth today. Yeah, it's on 367. So look on the Facebook page and get the information. We will see you there. Breakfast starts at 9 o'clock, and again, lunch at 12. We're feeding the young folk. Let's get them fed, you all. They need food. God bless you. Have a great day.